Hey, welcome to Stoked Chats. We are going to have a chat about how to tell if the conditions are worth paddling out in, if it's good conditions, if it's bad conditions, if it's dangerous. We're just going to talk through some of the things that we've learned either by people telling us or by our own experiences and putting ourselves in some dangerous positions, which hopefully we can help other people not to have to be terrified for their lives. I was told if you're surfing or like at a reef, they say blue water out, white water in. So you're gonna go where there's a rip, and rips are hard to see. Like I remember people saying, "Oh, the rip will take you out," and I'm like, "Where is that?
Yeah,
Where is the rip?" But I guess what I've learned is that where you see the waves mushing out, like where the white water isn't breaking, and you can kind of see it's almost like a valley in between the mountains.
yeah.
That'll take you out. But then to get back in, that water, it's coming in and hitting the beach, and that's like a river flowing out, right? So you're going to be paddling upstream if you try and get in there.
Yeah, it's so important to be able to recognize rips.
Yeah.
I think I have a story that I'm lucky I'm still here today to tell. But Green Bowls, Bukit Peninsula, Bali, it's got a gnarly rip. It's all reef. And I was like, oh, sweet, there's a rip. I'm taking that out. But I didn't ask anyone how to get back in.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like way past dark. And I was paddling. I know you're supposed to paddle against sideways, perpendicular to a rip. So I was paddling perpendicular to it. It's the right. I kept on getting the wave. It pushed me back in the rip. Kept on sucking me out to sea.
Oh.
I was by myself. It was pitch black. I was like pretty much gonna be dragged to Java. And I could see my friends on the beach with iPhones, like flashing the phones. They're probably like 1.5 kilometers away.
Wow.
And I just couldn't get in. And I was like, great, super calm, go back out to sea, go way back out to sea, get to that wave and like ride it in on your belly. Don't take the right. And that was the only way I got in. And that was one of the best waves of my life.
Nice.
But that could have all been completely avoided if I just asked my friends that I was with who had surfed there many times before, hey, I can see the rip, but how do I get back in?
Yeah.
Because that rip's going to take me out. And I just, because the wave put you into the rip and then sucked you back out to sea. Great when you're catching waves, not great when you want to get in.
Exactly.
So yeah, I really messed up on that one. I wish I knew that.
Exactly. And like to not be the last person out too. I know sometimes you're frothing and you want to get waves and I always try and surf with at least one other person. Obviously you can't always be the last one, to get a wave in, but if you can, to not be out there alone. I had a similar experience where it was storming and we had gone to surf this spot in Mexico. We had driven like 6 hours to get there. And it was storming and I was with two very competent surfers, very high level. And they were like, well, we came all this way, we're going to go out. And I knew there was a rip that would take me out. So I said, oh, I'm just going to sit on the beach and do some yoga for a while. And if I see you guys, get 2 good waves each, I'm going to go out. So eventually they were making it look like so much fun, They were doing airs and I was like, okay, cool. So I took the rip out and then I had it cut across the beach to get to the break. And it was just taking me the opposite way. Like it was an island. So I was leaving the island and
see ya.
I felt like all this emotion welling up in me. Like I wanted to panic, I wanted to freak out. And I remember telling myself, like, Melanie, you can cry the moment your feet are in the sand.
Yeah.
But right now, it was like,
this is real.
1, 2.
Breathe. Breathe. Get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, I got to the beach, I threw my board, I bust out in tears. But like, that was one of the hardest physical efforts I've ever had to make to get back in. But it was because I saw people who were, an advanced level of surfing having fun. And I didn't know that the waves were bad. I didn't know that the conditions were kind of above my skill level.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look big. And sometimes when it's not big, it's still gnarly. Like if there's a storm, there's way worse rips in a storm.
Yeah.
And even just like knowing whether the wind is onshore or offshore. How have you had that explained to you?
When it's offshore, it's kind of clean and it looks like a bit more glassy and velvety.
Yeah.
But it's onshore, it's like white water and bumpy.
Yeah, like Victory at Sea.
Yeah. just a bit of a mess.
And you can tell, like, if it's offshore strong, there's spray coming up and over the back of the waves. Like that beautiful spray, though.
Going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it holds the face of the wave open. So the waves are easier to surf because there's wind, like, holding them open for longer. And when it's onshore, it's just crushing them over. So you just see, like, dumps.
Right. You know, some days the fire hydrant is shiny and red, and some days the fire hydrant gets pissed on. But at least you had a go. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to beat myself up for, like, it wasn't my ability. Like, I was on literally the worst spot. It had way too much volume. It was no rocker whatsoever. And these waves were, like, big and dumpy, low tide. And it was just like, okay, cool. Like, go for a run. I went up for a run. I hate running. I went for a run up the beach. And, you know, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about, like, saltwater therapy. Like, you just go out to go out, and, like, you learn something about yourself, especially when you have a crappy session.
Yeah. And you learn, like, what waves you do like to surf and what you don't. I always say I like organized waves. I like them to be organized. And when the beach is, like, super rippy and, like, you can't see where the waves are breaking, I'm like, I don't know if this is really, like, my thing today.
You know, another thing I realized later that I really don't like is super strong offshores.
Yeah, you can't get into the wave.
No, the wind blows you up over the top.
It's under your board, and you cannot, like, no matter how you scratch, you can't get in.
You can't get in it. You have to get in super late, and it's a super challenging drop, and you got to be so fast to your feet. And no, that can be really dangerous, actually, when the offshore is really strong. That's another thing. It looks really clean, and then you're like, whoa, that's too much wind.
Totally. So yeah, there's some good ways to know that what the waves are doing. And if you guys have any comments, like any other tips, please write them in the comments below and share those with us so we can learn as well. There's so much to know with surfing.
Yeah, let's keep this chat going.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like these videos, if you could give us a subscribe and a like and leave us a comment and say hi, that would be awesome. It really helps us out.
And don't forget to head on over to stillstoked.com and check out all the great content there.
Sweet. See you later.